Hey guys, so it is finally springtime and I thought I would share my first spring tutorial, and this video is also in collaboration with Makeup Forever for their complexion products. I will list everything in the description box below, and for now let's get right into the video, starting off with priming my face. And for that I'm using the Step 1 Hydrating Primer because you guys know I have really dry skin, and I applied that all over my skin. And now I'm going to color correct, and for that I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in the shade R40, and this is a very thin pinky concealer that is perfect if you have discoloration, especially around the eyes, around the mouth area. I know I have that discoloration, so I'm just adding a little bit in those specific parts of my face. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick in the shade Y405, and I love this foundation so much. This is new from Makeup Forever, and it is just such an incredible formula that is lightweight, but it's still full coverage, but it doesn't feel cakey on the skin, and it doesn't look cakey as well. But anyway, I am just applying that all over my skin and then blending it in and just really buffing the product into my skin so that it kind of becomes part of my face. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer, the same concealer I used earlier, but this is in the shade Y41, and this is a very close match to my skin tone. And I'm actually going right on top of my foundation, only underneath my eyes, because this is actually going to kind of brighten the area up a little bit more and give me that like really awaked, almost lifted eye look, if that makes sense. I always like to layer my concealers, but the thing that I love about this Ultra HD is that you can layer it on, but it never feels heavy on the skin at all. Set my foundation and concealer in place. I'm using the Pro Finish powder in the shade 153 and just doing a very light coating all over my skin. Now it is time to add a little bit of bronzer to the skin, and for that I'm using the Pro Bronze Fusion, and I love this as well because it is very warm, but I think it's appropriate for the summertime. I actually love using warm bronzers in the warmer seasons. So I'm just applying this on both sides of my face, and now I'm going to add the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Cream Blush in the shade 420, and this is very pigmented, so you only need a little bit, and I'm actually just applying this on the apples of my cheeks with a stippling brush. And finally, to finish off the skin, I am going to take the Pro Light Fusion highlight and just applying that on the sides of my face, on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on top of my lips, and I love this highlight so much for my skin tone. Now that the face is done, let's move on to the eyebrows, and then we'll do the eyes and then the lips. So to fill in my brows, I'm using the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil, and this is a universal pencil. I'm quickly just filling in my brows, just following the natural shape of my brows and kind of filling in any sparse areas with this pencil. Let's move right on to the eyes, and for that I am going to start off by using the Benefit Stay Don't Stray Primer in the shade Medium Deep. This has honestly been my go-to primer because it almost serves as like a concealer for your eyelids. So if you have discoloration and you want your eyeshadows to really pop, I really like this primer. But anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and take the Tarte's Pro palette, and I'm using the shade Innocent, and this is going to be my first transition shade that's going to go in my crease, and I'm just roughly blending it back and forth. And then I'm going to go ahead and deepen that up with Whimsy eyeshadow, and I really love this shade so much. This is like my favorite shade from the palette. It's a really beautiful matte warm brown, and that's going to go right on top of the Innocent eyeshadow, again in the crease. This is just kind of smoking out the look a little bit more by layering the shadows. You guys know I love to do that. Once my base shadows are done, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Pat McGrath Metamorphosis collection, and this is the gold one, the gold kit, and I know this is sold out. I will leave some dupes in the description box below, so definitely check that out. But anyway, I am taking the cream shadow and just placing this all over my eyelids. This is almost going to serve as like my second base for the gold pigment, which is so insanely pigmented and just beautiful and so metallic. I was just obsessed with this pigment. It does have a lot of green undertones, but I still think it's beautiful, especially on medium skin. I actually think this would work for all different skin tones, but I especially love gold on my skin tone. But anyway, I am blending out the gold pigment and the brown eyeshadows into one another, and after that I am going to go ahead and use the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in the shade Demolition, and this is going to go in my waterline. I'm not adding a lot, just a little bit. And then I actually went ahead and smoked out this look a little bit more because I'm actually not doing like a top liner. I know, so shocking for me, but I'm just using the shade Edgy, which is a really nice dark matte brown eyeshadow, and I'm just kind of going back and forth with my brush with this eyeshadow along my lash line, and this is gonna almost give me that liner look and just smoke out this look even more. Now I'm just gonna work on my lashes and then I'll go back to the eyeshadows, but I'm taking the Benefit They're Real tinted primer and just kind of quickly coating my lashes. I also did go ahead and add the Red Cherry Wisp lashes, which are my favorite. Now I'm jumping back to the eyeshadow. I am taking the shade Glam, and this is gonna go in the inner corners of my eyes to really make them pop. I'm also going to add the shade Classic underneath my brows just to really lift the brow area, and I always love a good brow highlight, and I love the shade for that. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to take a mixture of Innocent and Whimsy eyeshadow and just smoke out underneath my lash line. This really does complete the look. Of course, we cannot forget about the lips. I am using the Rimmel London lipstick in the shade 109, which is a beautiful corally shade that I think is perfect for my skin tone, especially in the warmer months. I did want to add a little bit of a pop to the lips, so I'm using the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlight just in the center of my lips, like I said, to make them pop a little bit more. And that is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!